Ladies and gentlemen, master the ruthless elimination of distractions to reclaim your mental empire. In the realm of power, clarity is king and distraction is the enemy of sovereignty. Every moment your mind is divided, your influence is diluted. In today's world, distraction is not merely a nuisance. It is a calculated force. Algorithms, social conditioning, endless notifications, and false obligations are not just accidents of modern life. They are mechanisms engineered to fragment your attention and reduce your potential to dust. Those who control your focus control your fate, and if you allow every vibration in your pocket and every headline in your feed to dictate your state of mind, then you are no more sovereign than a leaf in a storm. To eliminate distraction ruthlessly is to declare war on the invisible forces that rob you of your throne. It begins with a cold, strategic audit of your environment. Who interrupts you? What tempts you? Which apps, habits, or people siphon your time like parasites feeding off your potential? You do not negotiate with thieves, you remove them. The Machiavellian mind understands that sentimentality is a trap. If a habit weakens you, you sever it. If a person drains you, you distance yourself. If a routine confuses rather than clarifies, you discard it. You must become a guardian of your mental fortress. This means re-engineering your world to serve your focus and ambition. Your phone, your desk, your morning, each must become a tool of intention, not a portal to chaos. Disable notifications like you would disarm bombs. Each ping is a bullet aimed at your concentration. Remove unnecessary apps with the same resolve a general uses to cut weak links from his army. Schedule time in blocks, not as a suggestion, but as a command. Build boundaries not because you are antisocial, but because your purpose cannot afford to bleed out in casual conversations and irrelevant obligations. Distraction often disguises itself as urgency. The Machiavellian mind is not deceived by noise. It understands that what screams the loudest is often the least important. Emergencies, demands, messages from those who offer nothing but noise. They must be filtered. Your calendar should reflect your mission, not the demands of others. Learn to say no with elegance and finality. You owe the world your greatness, not your availability. Focus is fragile. It must be protected like a crown jewel. Once lost, it costs more time to regain than most are willing to pay. The solution is not more motivation, it is strategy. You must create rituals, systems, and environments that eliminate choice and enforce focus. Build a workspace that invites clarity. Begin your mornings not with reaction but with domination, a clear agenda, a defined goal, and the silence of distraction exiled from your space. But there is a deeper truth. The greatest distraction is not technology or people. It is your own mind undisciplined. Worry, doubt, overthinking. These internal enemies are more lethal than any digital ping. And to defeat them, you must train your mind like a soldier prepares for war. Meditation, journaling, deep work, all tools not of peace but of power. Each moment spent taming your thoughts is a victory over the chaos that rules lesser minds. Most people do not lose focus because the world is noisy. They lose it because they have no compass. When you are unclear on your mission, every distraction seems interesting. But when your goal is sharp as a blade, everything not aligned becomes obvious. The Machiavellian thinker sharpens his vision until it slices through the fog. Your purpose is not a vague idea. It is your map, your fire, your anchor. With it, you repel distraction like a warrior deflects arrows. There is no room for weakness in this game. Comfort is the cousin of distraction. The mind seeks novelty, ease, indulgence, and these are the very tools your enemies will use against you. Dopamine-driven distractions are the modern man's poison, but here lies the secret. Once you train your mind to find pleasure in focus, discipline becomes your drug. Read books while others scroll, reflect while others rant, work while others wait. The pleasure of winning must outweigh the sugar high of distraction. To master focus, you must become uncomfortable with ease and addicted to impact. The modern world worships convenience, but the Machiavellian mind finds strength in resistance. Take cold showers if they sharpen you. Fast from social media like a lion fasts before a hunt. Limit input to amplify output. Read less news and write more plans. Consume less content and create more moves. Discipline is not punishment. It is the path to your throne. Now consider the battlefield, your daily schedule. Every hour is a soldier. Where do they march? Toward your empire or toward chaos? Are they building your legacy or wandering in the fog of reaction? Ruthless elimination of distraction means deploying your hours with military precision. Time is not renewable. Every minute lost to distraction is a betrayal of your destiny. The focused few conquer because they do not let minutes leak into meaningless motion. But beware, distraction often wears the mask of productivity. Answering emails, attending meetings, organizing files, all can become sophisticated ways to avoid the real work. Real focus means doing what moves the needle, not what makes you feel busy. You must identify your critical task, the one move that, if executed relentlessly, elevates your life. Then you build your day around that with unbreakable commitment. Your enemies are not always outside. They often whisper inside you: fear of failure, the comfort of mediocrity, the avoidance of pressure. But pressure is where diamonds are forged. To eliminate distraction is to stare discomfort in the face and say, I will not look away, I will not run, I will not dilute my destiny for a fleeting escape. Most are afraid of focus because focus confronts them with who they really are and what they must become. But this confrontation is necessary. From it emerges the unshakable version of you, and that version of you must live by a code. A code that prioritizes growth over pleasure, depth over noise, and impact over appearance. The world is obsessed with being seen, but the focused man obsesses over results. He vanishes from distraction, not to hide, but to rise. He creates in silence and returns with something undeniable. Do not seek attention, seek mastery. The world will chase what you've built when it is too powerful to ignore. You must begin to study your triggers like a scientist. When do you lose focus? Where does your energy collapse? Who drains your willpower? Awareness is the weapon. Once you understand your distractions, you can dismantle them. Replace them not with blank space, but with intention. Every distraction removed must be replaced by a decision. What will I focus on instead? Vagueness is the enemy of focus. Clarity is your ally. The ruthless elimination of distraction is not a one-time act. It is a daily war. You must review your habits, your inputs, your behaviors relentlessly. Your calendar must reflect your priorities, not your excuses. Your environment must breathe ambition. Your tools must serve you, not enslave you. The moment a system begins to fail, you either adapt or you regress. Mediocrity is nothing but the result of tolerating distractions for too long. There are no half measures in this battle. You cannot delete Instagram for a day and call yourself focused. You cannot read for 10 minutes and call yourself disciplined. Ruthlessness means consistency, not occasional effort. It means building walls around your time, rituals around your goals, and fire in your intentions. You must become feared by distractions, so structured and unwavering that even temptation grows tired of knocking. This is not about becoming robotic. It is about becoming sovereign. You control the hours. You decide what gets in. You train your mind like a weapon, and you wield it with precision. There is elegance in discipline and freedom in structure, and once you taste the power of undiluted focus, you will look back at the era of distraction with pity. The world will not slow down for you to find clarity. You must create it in the chaos. You must carve out silence from noise, create space in the whirlwind, and protect your vision from erosion. Every focused day builds a foundation. Every distraction resisted strengthens your core. You are not just eliminating noise, you are forging identity. The world respects those who move with purpose and ignores those who scatter in 1,000 directions. Let others be scattered, let them react, indulge, scroll, and forget, but you rise above. Reclaim your mind as your kingdom, install discipline as your guard, sharpen focus as your blade, for when your attention becomes unshakable, your results become undeniable. Build a focus ritual so precise it becomes your daily weapon of dominance. In the architecture of mastery, structure is not limitation, it is liberation. The common man drifts, hoping for motivation to strike, waiting for ideal conditions. But the Machiavellian mind does not wait, it creates the system. Focus is not an emotional state, it is a predictable consequence of ritual. A ritual designed with intention, executed with discipline, and refined with strategy becomes the machine that moves mountains while others still search for willpower. You do not rise to the level of your dreams, you fall to the level of your systems. And your ritual is your system of war. Begin by understanding this. Chaos breeds weakness. If your day begins in randomness, distraction will conquer before you have even drawn your sword. A focus ritual begins before the world wakes. It begins in silence, solitude, and intention. The first hour of your day must belong to you, not to the world, not to emails, not to messages, not to scrolling minds and clattering headlines. You must guard this hour like a king protects his crown. It is your fortress, it is your advantage. While others react, you construct. While others stumble into the day, you attack. Your focus ritual must be designed to prime your mind like a weapon, sharp, alert, unwavering. It begins with clarity. Every morning, write your mission. Not a to-do list that scatters attention, but one decisive objective. What one task, if done today with intensity, will move you forward with force? This task becomes your battlefield, everything else bows to it. You are not a servant to busyness, you are a commander of execution. Do not dilute your energy across 1,000 directions. Focus it like a laser on one. After clarity comes physical priming. The body and mind are not separate kingdoms. Move your body with intention, a short, sharp workout, breathing that oxygenates your resolve, stretching that tells your nervous system, we are alive, we are focused, we are ready. The ritual is not about time, it is about intention. 15 minutes of physical readiness beats 2 hours of sluggish motion. You are preparing for war, not relaxation. Now the mind must be fortified. Silence is your ally. Meditate not as an escape, but as a weapon. Sit in stillness and learn to observe your thoughts without being ruled by them. The world distracts because your mind is weak. You react because your mind is untrained. Meditation is not about calm, it is about control. You learn to focus not just during work, but under pressure. You become unshakable not through noise, but through silence. Next, feed the mind, read deliberately. Not junk, not gossip, feed on ideas that sharpen you. 10 pages of a powerful book daily is not information. It is ammunition. You become what you consume. Your ritual must include input that elevates, not numbs. Choose wisdom over noise, strategy over drama, power over pity. Let every word you read strengthen your inner fortress. Rituals are built not to impress others, but to impress discipline onto the soul. Then transition to deep work, the crown jewel of your day. Block out time with surgical precision. 90 minutes of undistracted creation. Phone on airplane mode, doors closed, tabs minimized, brain locked in. Use techniques like the Pomodoro method if needed, but guard your time with religious fervor. This is not a suggestion, it is sacred. Your deep work is the forge of greatness the world will try to intrude. You do not negotiate, you do not explain, you execute. Your ritual must be repeatable, predictable, borderline obsessive. You must become bored with consistency before you become seduced by chaos. That's how you know the ritual is working. It runs regardless of your emotions. You do it whether you're tired, uninspired, or overwhelmed. Emotion is noise, ritual is the command. You don't rise because you feel like it. You rise because your system demands it. A soldier trains not only for the battlefield, but for the days when his mind betrays him. Your ritual is that discipline, but precision must evolve into automation. Once you have built the ritual, the next level is embedding it into your identity. You are not someone who does focused work. You are a focused person. You are not someone who tries discipline. You are discipline. Ritual repeated enough becomes character, and character repeated enough becomes destiny. You no longer ask yourself, should I do this? The question vanishes. The ritual does not allow negotiation. It becomes who you are. Track your performance. Measure your ritual. Review it weekly. Where did focus break down? Where did time leak? Which moment did distraction creep in? Identify, eliminate, refine. Your ritual is a living organism, not a statue. It grows with your ambition. You evolve it like a general evolves strategy after every battle. Most people drift because they never reflect. You will dominate because you always analyze. Focus is not static. It is built through feedback. Anchor your ritual to triggers. The brain thrives on cues. Wake at the same time. Begin with the same steps. Use the same playlist. The more predictable the ritual, the faster your brain clicks into gear. Ritual is about removing choice, because choice invites weakness. Your ritual is not there to entertain. It is there to condition. Like a sniper prepares his weapon before combat, you prepare your mind before execution. No wasted motion, no scattered thought. The Machiavellian mind does not romanticize ritual. It uses it like a weapon. Like a machine, you will be feared not for what you say, but for how consistently you act. While others burn out in bursts of motivation, you remain relentless. Your ritual does not rely on mood. It runs like a train, on time, on track, unstoppable. Even your evening must serve the ritual. Wind down with intention, review your wins, reflect on the gaps, plan tomorrow's objective, cut inputs early, guard your sleep like your empire depends on it, because it does. Sleep is not laziness, it is sharpening the blade. The warrior who rests well strikes harder. Your nighttime ritual is the silent preparation for tomorrow's victory. A clear mind sleeps deeply. An unfocused one drowns in mental noise. Then yes, resistance will come, boredom, doubt, discomfort. This is not failure. It is the initiation. Every time you feel like quitting the ritual, that is your signal. Growth is near. Do not romanticize comfort. Comfort is the death of dominance. The man who can do the boring work with excellence becomes untouchable. Discipline eats talent. Ritual eats inspiration. You do not win because of luck. You win because your system does not allow anything less. Compare the man with a ritual to the man without one. One drifts, the other directs. One reacts to life, the other designs it. One seeks motivation, the other manufactures it. One breaks under pressure. The other thrives in silence. That is the power of a ritual built for focus. It separates the amateur from the ruler, the wanderer from the weapon. Even leisure must be earned and placed inside the ritual. The Machiavellian mind understands rest is not a distraction if it is designed. It becomes part of the system. You work with intensity, so you recover with intention. Your ritual includes space to breathe, so you can strike harder next round. It is not all grind, it is precise waves of effort and renewal. Just as a master swordsman sharpens his blade, you sharpen your energy. Your ritual will be mocked, called extreme, called obsessive. Let them speak. Let the unfocused watch Netflix and wonder why nothing changes. Let them scroll while you build. Let them laugh while you rise. Ritual will do in 5 years what chaos cannot do in 50. Success is not found in intensity, it is found in consistency. Ritual is your engine of consistency. Above all, protect the ritual from entropy. The world will pull at your time. People will try to interrupt. Opportunities will tempt you to skip it. You must be brutal. You must say no. The ritual is not negotiable. It is your kingdom's foundation. You compromise it once, it weakens. Twice, it cracks. 3 times, it collapses. Discipline is not a feeling. It is the refusal to betray your system. A focused ritual built with obsession and executed with honor is not just a routine. It is a statement. It declares to the world that you will not be ruled, that you will not scatter, that you will not chase crumbs when you are meant to feast. And every day you complete it, you become more dangerous, not to others but to the old version of yourself. The distracted one, the reactive one, the forgotten one. Build the ritual, hone it, guard it, refine it, and let the world feel the power of a man who no longer negotiates with distraction, who no longer bows to chaos, and who has turned focus into a daily weapon of dominance.